Hold on to your plastic cups, Minnesota, because the idea of walking a downtown sidewalk with a drink in your hand while you shop or hang out, it's now expanding from Anoka to a couple of other Minnesota communities next year. Remember a few weeks ago, Kent told you about a late bill in the legislature that would expand the state's social district pilot program to downtown Stillwater. Well, Kent, it didn't just pass, it's spreading, right?
Yeah, Jana, in a year in which Republicans and Democrats couldn't agree on sports betting or a bonding bill, booze brought them together. Shortly after we reported on Stillwater wanting in on that sip and stroll concept, Shakopee was also added to the pilot program. And it turns out their plans could be even more ambitious.
This is a great little downtown.
Dennis?
Really nice.
Yeah.
And Carol Nagin don't stop for beers in downtown Shakopee too often.
We have a pub pass.
But the thought of exploring these streets with a drink in hand next year might bring them back more often.
For me, it's a great idea.
It's like, oh my gosh, I can stop there and have a beer and just kind of walk around and check things out. I think it's great.
It just kind of makes sense to do something like this downtown.
Shakopee Brew Hall manager Sean Vanderveen says this seasonal outdoor seating is just one example of how the city's embraced a more socially connected downtown.
I like these little pop-up parks that they put in.
There's a lot that's been happening over the many years here to make things better, but there's still room to grow. So the social district would be kind of a neat extension of that idea to take it even further.
And the city's chamber says its popular Rhythm on Rails concert series shows they can execute the concept.
We do close down streets in the community in our downtown, and we are able to allow people, because of our liquor license, to move within that footprint with alcohol. So from that, we'd be able to make it work.
Chamber President Tim Zunker says Anoka's ability to make its pilot program work helped too. And so they, along with Stillwater, worked behind the scenes with their legislators to get the next opportunity to replicate it.
These are two of the cities that were probably the most passionate and persistent in trying to get the zone. They were trying to get it back when Anoka got approved. It's really been about a 2-year process trying to move this thing forward.
According to the legislation, the social districts can start as early as September 1st of next year. But in the meantime, the city councils here in Shakopee and over in Stillwater have a bit of ground to cover. They actually have to come up with the ground rules like the days and hours for the district, and they also have to come up with the physical boundaries of the district itself.
We want this district to be thriving, successful, but also safe.
Zunker says the downtown district will likely be limited in size by the railroad tracks and other factors, but he says it may not be the only district the city approves.
We believe that we have two premier areas within the city of Shakopee to implement social districts, one being in the downtown where we're at right now, and then also the Canterbury Park district.
They're starting this new amphitheater, which is going to be next to the track, and we've got some local breweries. It really becomes a separate, distinct social district, say, from the downtown.
It's perfect, and it's a wonderful day.
Carol and Dennis are on board, though they hope the idea won't stop here.
People in Minnesota are so paranoid about beer.
It's all the Protestants. I think so.
Got to keep it light there. Well, the city councils in Shakopee and Stillwater will have the final say on how these districts work. I'm told both will have ground rules similar to those in Anoka, meaning the city uses clearly marked cups from participating bars and restaurants, and they have clear maps and window stickers for businesses that do and do not allow booze inside. Jana.
I didn't know that the state as a whole was just so persnickety about beer, but thank you to that couple for pointing that out. And you've been to Anoka a couple times, Kent, and what did you see there when it was in progress?
You know, there was some apprehension because the businesses weren't sure how it would go with maybe bringing booze in or out and how rowdy things would go. But what they've really found is that by putting these guidelines in place, it's really kept it under control. It's nothing like Bourbon Street or something like that. And I think that's why so many legislators have caught on to this.
Yeah, kind of moving forward with the times.
Yeah.
Sounds good, Kent. Thanks so much.